Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, our beautiful country, and how we're going to fix this bad boy together. Because as you're going to see in this breaking situation, there's a lot more in common from the gun world to the rest of the conservative world, because now they're starting to experience what we've been going through for the last 30 years with U.S. aid being reinstated by one federal judge. Yeah, guys, this is going to be a thing. The rest of y'all in the conservative world, call us in the gun world because we've been through this for 30 years. But before you do that, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on if you are down with that freedom and you want to backhand tyranny wherever you find it, Republican or Democrat, and you'll be in good company. All right, guys, listen, we're going to talk about this situation. This federal judge just came up, but before we do that, I want to show you the limited time design shirt that I just created. This is impossible. It's just something that we haven't done yet. That's the whole term. That's the entire point. The impetus of this channel is driving towards freedom, leaving it better for the next generation than we found it by achieving the impossible. And while everyone says something's impossible, it just hasn't happened yet. You want a short list? Biden gun control, fail. Democrat gun control, fail. You want Trump can't be inaugurated. Republican House, Republican Senate. Guys, the impossible is just something that we haven't done yet. I know everyone in this audience gets it. This is a shirt made just for you guys from me right here because this is what I truly operate under every single day on this channel. There's a link in the description box below. It's a completely limited time design shirt. Once it's gone on Friday, it's gone. And I hope you guys get one of these because I think a lot of you resonate with that message because a lot of you are patriots grinding against the impossible, and then it becomes reality. And thank you for not only doing that, but checking out the shirt. Linked in the description. All right. Listen, guys. That's the wrong button again. I am getting bad at this. All right. Breaking. A judge just ordered Elon Musk's Doge to all but fully reinstate U.S. aid after they dismantled it. That's right. A judge is now single-handedly running the executive branch. This has to stop. Judge Chong was appointed by Obama. Judge's order from Politico, and I'm going to show you in a second. But here's the part where the 2A space gets to have a little bit of, yep, been there, done that. For the last 30 years, the Second Amendment infringement front has been stinking run by the leftist judges, overriding the executive branch, and more importantly, overriding the legislative branch. We've been dealing with rogue judges in the Ninth Circuit, in the Second Circuit. The only one we've really got is the Fifth Circuit. That's why you see all of these things from across the map that we cover. But if you're in the broad conservative space, and you are all about that freedom, and you've never dove or delved into the Second Amendment space, this is literally our bailiwick. Dealing with psychotic rogue judges instilled by far left progressive presidents is something that we've been dealing with for literally 3 decades. Call us, you have our numbers. All right, let's keep on going into this actual order. And that's the whole point of this video. I want to share with the rest of the world the valuable experience that we in the gun community have with just this. Check this out. This is from the obviously from the ruling from Politico. For the foregoing reasons, the court finds that defendants' actions taken to shut down U.S. aid on an accelerated basis, including its apparent decision to permanently close U.S. aid headquarters without the approval of duly appointed USAID officer, likely violated the United States Constitution in multiple ways, and that these actions harmed not only the plaintiffs but also the public interest, because they deprive the public's elected representatives in Congress of their constitutional authority to decide whether, when, and how to close down an agency created by Congress. Accordingly, the motion for a preliminary injunction will be granted in part and denied in part. The motion will be granted in the court while issuing the accompanying preliminary injunction. The motion will otherwise be denied. A separate order shall issue. Theodore Schwang. All right. Guys, that literally reads exactly like the way that the Ninth Circuit backhands the gun rights side of the argument, the American rights to be quite candid, but we're the ones actually doing it. But the Second Amendment space is the one taking these kind of conclusions on the chin on the regular. Well, now all of a sudden, it's beyond the pale when it goes into the broad population because, guys, welcome to the freaking party. I'm going to get a little amped on this one because literally if we could just come together and leverage the experience that we have in the gun world and help you guys with this, it would go a lot further than being surprised that they would do this because the judges were literally how they were instituting gun control against us for 20 to 30 years. They were usurping the power of Congress, and they still are attempting to, because that was the whole plan. Now, the executive branch is experiencing the rogue judges they're referencing, and you're not liking it. Call us. We have experience with this. I've said it multiple times. The gun rights side, the gun rights patriots, the gun rights activists, the ones who believe the impossible just hasn't happened yet, have been dealing with this in freaking verbatim almost for 30 years. I'm going to say it a lot more. Let's continue. Here's another example. U.S. District Judge James Boasberg has not only blocked President Trump's deportation of foreign gang members, he's ordered that the ones already on a plane out of the country to be returned. This is treason, says Paul whatever. The Obama-appointed activist judge needs to be impeached, prosecuted, and jailed. Trump's invocation of the Alien Enemies Act is legal and appropriate. The judge blocking it is a criminal, just like these illegals he's protecting. Now, that last part's obviously opinion, but they're both Obama-appointed judges. This guy with the gangbangers who are going to be deported, and this guy with U.S. aid. The far-left progressives have figured out that the federal judges are the only way that they can get this done to stop what's happening. Let's go into this one. The Supreme Court Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts, he just fired back at Trump after Trump called for the impeachment of Judge Boasberg. That's the guy with the illegal aliens. Quote, for more than 2 centuries, it has been established that impeachment is not an appropriate response to a disagreement concerning a judicial decision. The normal appellate review process exists for that purpose. Now he's saying keep it in the system, which sounds familiar, again, to the gun world, because they want to let the infringements on the two-way space for the public good be basically halted, basically be still enacted while the litigation works its way through the system. That's exactly what it does on the two-way space. Guys, I'm telling you, there are direct parallels to what we deal with and what they are doing, okay? That's why this is so important. And you also see stuff like this. The daughter of the Obama-appointed judge blocking Trump's deportations works for a non-governmental organization defending those exact same members. It happened in Trump's trials. It happened in the 2A space. And now it's happening here. The judges who they have instilled over the last decades are openly declaring lawfare against them, just like they've done it against us in the 2A space. It is not a new tactic. Again, call us. And speaking of call us, Bondi. We do it every video. Okay, here's what she's saying about these flights and these rogue judges, the federal judges, who honestly are putting us basically through the same thing, only not 2A side. Let's get it.
Well, the amazing thing about this, Attorney General, is that you've got a local district court judge now who is saying that he can stop the president from enforcing his powers under Article 2 to protect the American people. Number one, will his order, this temporary restraining order on the Alien Enemies Act, will that be, respected going forward? And where does he get this power to stop the president engaging in national security and foreign policy?
Well, that's it. He's attempting to meddle in national security and foreign affairs, and he can't do it. What he's done is an intrusion on the president's authority. This one federal judge, again, thinks he can control foreign policy for the entire country, and he cannot. And right now we're evaluating our options.
Okay, so the administration may continue doing these flights?
Absolutely. These are foreign terrorists. The president has identified them and designated them as such, and we will continue to follow the Alien Enemies Act.
Okay, so they're doubling down. They're going to do it anyway. Okay, fine. But Pam, AG, Madam Attorney General, the exact federal abuses that you are decrying in this statement right here are the exact same things that we are asking and we are begging you to fix in your 2A report. This is not isolated to immigration, to deportation, to any of the U.S. aid. The federal judges are part of the problem. This is where we need your recommendations to come through solidly, because what you are experiencing personally has been happening to us for 20 and 30 years. It's the same tactics, it's the same playbook, only a different focal point. The second that the conservatives, the gun world, and everyone comes together and realizes the left is using the same tactics against all of us, and we defend all of us viscerally, we will win. We will be united. But right now, treating the Second Amendment like one thing and treating deportations like another and the president's executive authority is a completely different thing. They literally overrode the legislative process through Congress and usurped that power through the executive branch of the ATF. All of these branches are doing it to each other. We've got to correct it. That's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.